All right, good evening, everyone. This is George. I'm the co-founder of RankUp, and we're building AI agents for SEO. And yeah, so every evening, I try to do a short video every evening, but I mean, sometimes they go 14 minutes or something like that even. But yeah, every evening I do a video basically breaking down my thoughts, my learnings, my things that I have done throughout the day. And yeah, this is just to kind of document the journey of building actually a tech company and building a startup, right? And actually trying to build a $1 billion worth company. So that's my goal. That's what I'm ultimately trying to do and achieve. And yeah, so just kind of really showing what it's like and what really gets done, and also I'm kind of using it to actually like measure my productivity in a way. So I'm just kind of sometimes, or well, after a time I'll be rewatching these videos, since this is only the like eighth or ninth video, I think. So yeah, I will kind of review this and see how productive I was and what did I actually learn, and yeah, just to kind of analyze myself and try to, and not try but improve every day as a entrepreneur, as a person, etc. And yeah, so I mean, today in the morning I beefed up my LinkedIn profile. That was so by beefed up I mean I like basically the experience that I have on my LinkedIn profile got like a lot more updated now, and a lot better, because I also added my speaking gigs there. So the times where I have gone speaking, so that's important details, and otherwise the people who come on my profile, they wouldn't know that I was a speaker at these places unless they find a video of mine. But it's not like the videos are not a part of my content funnel or anything like that, so I'm not like trying to really direct them to the video. I ran like a funnel, but not at the moment really. So yeah, that was what I did, and yeah, so basically I added that, and then also in the featured section of my LinkedIn profile I added like a link to RankUp website, and replay, and before I had basically like some of my past posts. But yeah, I just realized like those didn't really do much for me, and it's just better to have that link to the RankUp, like a call to action to RankUp actually, so that because that's the main thing I want people to go to, is the RankUp website. So yeah, yeah, basically those are the main two changes that I made, and definitely makes my LinkedIn profile look a lot more professional. And yeah, hopefully, and when people from outreach or whatever actually, and investors, so if you're an investor and want to invest, let me know. But yeah, when investors or customers or whoever goes on the LinkedIn profile, they'll see like, okay, this is someone who actually does their thing seriously, and however they perceive me, as long as they perceive me in a good way, and yeah, and they reach out, and yeah, and then we can go from there, right? But yeah, so that's one thing that I did. Then oh, and I also today I really like to go to the store or eat with other entrepreneurs, or well, business people, or doesn't even have to be entrepreneurs and business people, can be also other kinds of professionals, right? Or people doing stuff, right? Doing interesting stuff, and especially if they're successful, I mean, it would be awesome to learn. I'm always there for learning and hearing about people's stories and etc. But yeah, I really like to meet with some of my friends and eat lunch and talk about like business and share ideas, and not only even in business but also personal life kind of things sometimes, right? Definitely helps, but a lot of the time it's business still, because it kind of helps you brainstorm and yeah, just kind of get some ideas out of your mind and get get stuff clearer, etc. So yeah, that's something I also did today quite a few times actually, like in terms of going to a store, going to lunch, and co-working. I also really like did that as well today. with like-minded people. But yeah, we got the build campaign launched yesterday. So today I actually looked at some of the results, and man, they really took off in terms of like impressions. And I mean, first, like kind of the SEO value ladder, right, is getting your post index. Well, first it's like publishing, getting your post indexed, then it's impressions, then it's clicks, then it's, I guess you could say, AI search citations, and then it's leads and sales, right? And this is like, obviously you're not going to get all the impressions at like, and then it's all the clicks, right? Obviously you're going to get more and more impressions, more and more clicks, etc., and more leads and sales. But that's just kind of the evolution of how your results, how the results like eventually trickle down into business value, money, right? Or leads. That, you know, if you close, you will make money. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, they just like, I mean, post published the first batch, awesome, or they're all nicely indexed, and impressions took off as well. So I'm not sure if they knew this, or if they're watching this. Then because in GSC, you know, it doesn't like show you the day's data where it hasn't finished collecting, all like most times. Sometimes it already shows it, like, but it says like, oh, still collecting, right? But like you can still check it, but it doesn't, like, you know, when you, for example, click on the last 3 months, 3 days or whatever, something like that, then it will just show you whenever it has collected the data for, like, when it has like the days that it has finished to collect the data for, right? And on the 29th, no, sorry, 28th, yeah, that's Tuesday, I believe. On the 28th, actually, yeah, that's so in the morning we posted the articles, and on that day they actually like completely took off. So yeah, that was awesome to see, and it's another great example of like the success, or the great strategy behind batch posting. Essentially, like, yeah, okay, you know, it's like, you could make an argument it's like nice for, you know, SEOs to take screenshots of the Google Search Console and post that, and like kind of just flex, oh, how many amazing results I got for this client, right? You know, but it's actually the real reason behind it. And I also talked about this more in depth in one of my previous videos. But the simple reason is basically that, you know, when you're kind of starting out a project, starting out actually like kind of doing SEO for it and creating content, and this is specifically content creation on your site, so on page SEO I'm talking about here, then it's very important. Then, like, first you need to get the attention of the search engine, right? That like something's going on in your site in order for it to start like crawling it, right? Because we want it to come on the website and like and start to crawl the website more frequently. Because number one, that kind of gives a signal that we're like, the more frequently it's crawling, the more important we're becoming, because the more resources they're investing. Like, crawling is, you know, cost for them. But the more you know, the more they're crawling, the more important we are becoming, or have become. It depends on, you know, of course, user signals a lot, what people actually do on your website. If they're just like coming to the articles and bouncing, you know, then it might be because of the initial traffic, but then eventually you're, you know, just like Google sees that the user signals are bad, and then they're just like gonna crawl less, because they see like, you know, your website is low quality or whatever they deem it as. But yeah, getting the attention, and with the post, like this is all obviously relative, but for build, like 10 posts was kind of like a fairly big signal to Google, or like something bigger happened on the site, right? Something more unusual. And so this is kind of a way, I'm just explaining in very simple terms how I've understood it and what I've just seen from my experience. Is just posting this batch, and then that kind of has taken the attention of the search engines, and then yeah, and then they actually visit the articles, and it's kind of Google also has, or search engines, I guess Google in this case has two kind of bit of different ranking states. So there's like a initial ranking, and there's like a re-ranking, right? So as soon as you like post new content or something, we'll kind of test it wherever, see what user signals it gets, and then it will kind of start to rank it somewhere based on those like initial user signals. And then over time, of course, like the more content you create on the site, and the more, and also the more you update your, not the more, but making sure that your content is updated and etc. And thus also like improving the content, and it's just getting better and better. Then yeah, then it's like, yeah, basically my main point was about the batch. I started to go on this tangent, but my main point was about the batches. It gets Google to notice your site, that there's something going on, gets it to crawl it, and the more it crawls it, the sooner the updates get registered in Google, etc. So it's just, that's kind of why this strategy works. If you have any specific questions or want the examples, just let me know. Okay, that's the best way on how I can really explain this, because it is about 1 a.m. and I am slightly cooked. So not cooked like from doing any kind of drug or anything, just like, brain has worked a lot today. So yeah. But yeah, that was awesome. And the Guardians campaign also didn't manage to launch it today. Well, already yesterday technically, but today, so this Wednesday. But definitely gonna launch it tomorrow. And then yeah, and then what I also did today is I wrote the copy for the SEO Automation Suite page, and also sent a bunch of LinkedIn connections. That's also what I did. And of course, yeah, did some customer success in terms of like, yeah, talking with users, and talking about any problems they faced and what they liked, etc. And also with partners. And yeah, so some you could call it online networking, I guess. But yeah, the SEO Automation Suite landing page is almost there. Just need to finish some of the copy and add the feature videos, and yeah, then it's pretty much good to be launched for the outreach, and then I have to record the Loom, but I'm probably gonna just like launch the thing. It's just one, like, I guess my final note for the day. So I can post this also on LinkedIn. I have to make it less than 15 minutes. Basically, my final note for the day, I think kind of my main thought that I had throughout the day is that it's you like the campaign, the design, the whatever you're doing doesn't have to be perfect. Just get a version, just get it out there, and you'll make much more progress by just putting stuff out there than waiting and trying to get it perfect or whatever. It's interesting how it works. You feel like, I can just get it right from the start. You don't know what's right. That's the thing. Right and like quality and etc. are all relative things. So if you think that you know what is right, then that's where a lot of startups fail, because they think they know what the customer wants. They think that's a pure guess, right? But they don't actually know. They don't actually know. And that's why, they end up not actually solving a problem, or solving a problem that people wouldn't pay for, right? And then their startups fail because they run out of money, or they don't even make any money, or yeah, they don't even get any investment, whatever, right? So yeah. But yeah, these are my thoughts. This is pretty much what I did throughout the day. These are my learnings. That's basically all I had in my mind. I think I'm completely cleared out. So I am ready to go to sleep and get back tomorrow morning, because I'm going to the gym early with my friend, who is also a founder of a startup, or many startups actually. So yeah, anyways, hope you all have a good night, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye.